HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this best of edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's best of edition of HCAM News, we'll look back at the first several months of 2025 to some great memories that took place in Hopkinton. So sit back, relax, and enjoy a look back at the first several months of 2025. The school committee interviewed two finalists for the superintendent of schools position on March 27th. The two candidates included current superintendent of schools in South Hadley, Mark McLaughlin.
Triggered me, and particularly in the school context, I was interested in how curriculum gets built from K to 12, how scaffolding works around curriculum and instruction, how parts lead to a whole around budget and so on. It just really interested me. And so I went from that role of a teacher to a different role in education, which was to be a systems leader. And so worked in a variety of roles in curriculum, but each of those roles allowed me an opportunity to really to see at different levels and with different lenses how systems work and how they fit together to make a productive organization.
The other candidate was current Hopkinton High School principal Evan Bishop, who has been the HHS principal since 2013.
Yes, I'm ready. This is my time. I'm ready for a new challenge. I'm ready for my next journey here in Hopkinton. And so I went for it. And one thing that I've been really excited about is getting to get into the other buildings and talking to the other principals about their experience. I've been, obviously at the high school for a long period of time, but I can't tell you how much I enjoyed my walkthrough of the district. Although I didn't tour the high school, I toured the rest of the buildings. And being able to just see the positive climate and culture in each one of those buildings and the instruction that goes on. I think I've been able to reap the benefits of all the great work that happens pre-K to 8 as a high school principal. I think a lot of focus is on the high school doing well, but it starts at the lower levels. And I was able, even though it was quick, just to able to see students represented in the classrooms, inclusion, positive energy, and just visible positive staff members and administration. So that really got me excited for this next step. And so that's why Hopkinton. Like I said, I can't imagine a better place to do this work.
At the end of the school committee meeting on April 3rd, an announcement was made about who will be the next Hopkinton superintendent of schools.
Good evening and welcome back. Just returned from making phone calls in the other room, but we did want to announce before we go into executive session that a few minutes ago we voted unanimously to enter into negotiations with Evan Bishop as our next superintendent. So I wanted to make sure that people had that information before we end the public session for tonight. We had a lengthy discussion about the candidates and want to thank everybody for all of the feedback you've given, the participation of staff and administration and community members, students as well through this process. So I would thank everybody and I would entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
Congratulations to Hopkinton High School principal and soon-to-be Hopkinton Superintendent Evan Bishop. Hopkinton Fire Chief Gary Doherty introduced the new Deputy Chief Scott Jurassic and new Lieutenant John D. Rivera
to the community at the April 22nd Select Board meeting.
First, I'd like to introduce Deputy Chief Scott Jurassic. He began his career as a call firefighter in Hopkinton in 2001. He became a permanent firefighter in 2003 and spent 22 years in the department, 15 years as a lieutenant. Scott holds a degree in fire science. He's an accredited Massachusetts fire chief. He holds both a Fire Officer 1 and Fire Officer 2 certification. He's a member of our technical rescue team. In 2022, he was honored with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Firefighter of the Year Award. As a shift lieutenant, Scott managed the daily operations for his group, and he, on multiple times that I've been out of town, he filled in as the acting fire chief. One time he's even had to handle a multi-day incident involving multiple agencies and multiple town departments. Over the past 2 years, he has led major projects, including serving as the fire department's liaison to dispatch. He helped implement our ProPhoenix. He managed all our data conversion into ProPhoenix, helped roll out the station alerting system, and he's currently working with facilities to oversee our Station 1 and Station 2 renovations. Scott.
Great, thank you. Scott, anything you want to share with the board or the community as a whole?
I think he summed it up. I do have a little bit of a speech, but not long, because I'm not one for public talking, so.
It's multiple pages, folks. Go ahead,
Just
Scott.
one little cheat sheet, so I just wanted to thank my family and friends for their love and support over the years, especially to my wife Liz, my daughters Caitlin and Emily. A firefighter's life is never easy, or never easy on a family, but they've supported me more than they'll ever understand. I'd like to say thank you to all the firefighters, past and present, and all the past chiefs who made me who I am today. Special thank you to Chief Doherty for having trusted me to be his next deputy.
Great, thank you. Gary, there's nothing we have to do here formally, correct? We don't have to vote this because you are a strong chief and you make this decision.
That's correct, sir.
Right, and Elaine, you agree with that? Yeah. Do you have a pin that you do or something, or I think we should do that one at a time as well, if that's okay.
Ed, right here. Would you like to bring up your wife and daughter? Sure.
Camera.
I'd like to introduce Lieutenant John DeVerera. John has been in the fire service since 2015. He joined the Hopkinton Fire Department in 2018 after serving with the West Boylston Fire Department. He's currently a firefighter paramedic and the department's EMS coordinator. As the EMS coordinator, he oversees our QA and QI program. He also managed the rollout of our medication infusion pumps and spearheaded our implementation of our active shooter bags. John holds a bachelor's degree in biochemistry from WPI. He's a certified paramedic, and he's a fire instructor 1 and fire officer 2. John will be assigned to the Group 3 as their shift lieutenant.
Great, thank you. Excellent. John?
Yes. Oh, remarks.
Anything,
Tell us about yourself.
anything you'd like to share, John?
Well, I think kind of in the same thread as Deputy Jurassic, I'd like to thank my wife, Rachel, who's here tonight, my family, and my old group, Group 4, who, without their support, I wouldn't be here today, and I wouldn't be who I am. So, a big thank you and shout out to them.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you.
Same questions, Chief. You get to make this decision. The board has nothing to do with it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Elaine, you concur?
I concur.
Great. Okay. Well, congratulations, and please go ahead with the pinning.
All right.
Try not to knock the nameplates over, John. You'll be ahead of You'll be the deputy next week if you don't knock them off. Why don't we just do it now? Great. Yeah, Tom? Yep, all good. Got it. Great. Thank you all very much.
We are going to take a quick time out on this edition of HCAM News. A whole lot more ahead. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
The 2025 Hopkinton Annual Town Meeting started with a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I move to take Article 37 out of order and consider it immediately following Article 26. The reason for this is both articles pertain to the center school reuse, so we thought it was best to get them right after one another, same presentation, and hopefully save us all some time.
After the motion, the consent agenda was approved.
EEG, access, and cable-related funding. Article 8, Chapter 90 highway funds. Article 9, transfer to the other post-employment benefits liability trust fund. Article 10, transfer to the general stabilization fund.
After Article 3 and 4 passed, it was time to discuss the 2026 fiscal year operating budget.
Through a combination of cost containment and some good news on estimated revenues, the proposal before today's town meeting, if approved, will deliver a balanced budget, one that sustains fiscal year 2025 service levels across departments, that pays for contractual and other inflationary cost increases, and provides for schools to deal with growing enrollment. I mentioned that this budget proposal contains some targeted service level increases. Specifically, the proposed budget provides the Hopkinton Public Schools with a $3.63 million funding increase, not including a substantial increase in school and town staff benefits costs. The school budget will also include an additional $1.046 million in Article 12 to support tuition for special education students who are placed in programs outside the community.
The $132 million plus budget passed unanimously after little debate. Article 13 set up a revenue account for the local meals tax.
Supporting Article 13 is a proactive move to invest in Hopkinton's future, expand our tax base, as I mentioned, to diversify and reduce the tax burden on residents, improve services, and enhance our community for generations to come.
The article passed unanimously. Article 14 included a public safety radio system upgrade and 3 new police cruisers.
The should-dos, these are again the things we recommend. Can-dos, HVAC, we read the public forums and we're on Facebook just like you are. Help needed, what I really hope you see this as is we're looking for your recommendation and guidance.
Article 14 passed unanimously. Article 18 was a town-wide water main flushing program.
This article provides $18,679 from water enterprise retained earnings and $81,320 from unexpected capital funds. The source items where funds are to be reappropriated and the amounts are listed in the motions document. This is generally just to support our water main flushing program. It's a more regular process, and it's to help get more clear water. We've been having some problems with the water in the last couple of years.
The article also passed unanimously. Article 19 was about the Grove Street water tank design.
This article provides $250,000 from enterprise from unexpended capital funds. The source items from water funds are to be reappropriated, and the amounts are listed in the motions document. Water tank number 1 is almost 60 years old, and this is beginning the plan to figure out what is needed to replace the tank.
The article passed unanimously. Article 21 was a supplemental appropriation for MWRA connection design work.
This article provides $375,000 from certified free cash, which is to be repaid by the Water Enterprise Fund to the general fund within a period of 2 fiscal years. This work is needed to finish design work, which is currently at about 60% to complete it.
The article passed a clicker vote, 128 to 21. Article 22 set up a wastewater treatment facility on Fruit Street with a cost of $465,000.
This article provides $465,000 from sewer enterprise retained earnings. new screen required to comply with discharge permit from the Mass DEP, improves treatment and water quality.
The article passed unanimously. Article 24 adds an adaptive playground at Marathon Elementary School and raised a little debate.
More ground level play, which allows children of all abilities to be able to access and get onto all of those elements and play together with their peers. Here you can see a quiet area off with a playhouse, and the playground also has a pathway around which encourages different movements. You can see the different movements that are suggested in the path, which again is helpful to students. And again, this is a top-level view of the whole backside, and you can see how it is adjacent to the existing playground, which is at the top left.
The article passed a clicker vote, 125 to 41. Article 26 was community preservation recommendation and was broken into 3 motions. Motion 1 and 2 included Marathon Elementary School and a recreation reserve for 3 water refill stations at the town common.
You know, we have more and more kids and families, and this is really going to benefit them. More things to do downtown, at the common, at the community center. But we can't do that alone, even with loaning against future CPC funds. Next slide. So the plan is, with support tonight, is to move forward with a public and private partnership. So we are looking to, with the HCA, but specifically with an RFP, move forward with a Hopkinton-based nonprofit focused on the arts.
The article passed unanimously. Motion 3 preserved Center School. After a little bit of debate, the article passed unanimously. Article 27 was a zoning bylaw for defining a veterinary clinic.
So there was a hearing with our zoning advisory committee to discuss it. They thought it was completely in line with what a veterinary clinic would provide, the services they provide. So they moved it to the planning board for discussion. We had a public hearing, and we as a planning board think it's totally in line with the services a veterinary clinic would provide. So that's why we're here before town meeting recommending it for approval.
The article passed a clicker vote, 119 to 20. Article 33 changed the day and time of annual town meeting to the entire meeting taking place on the first Saturday in May.
So I put Hopkinton's average as well as our annual town meeting in 2024. So our annual town meeting in 24 had a larger amount of articles. So it was a little bit more reasonable for it to be long. But the average, looking at us not including the COVID years where we did do 2 Saturday meetings, show that we actually have typically an average of 48 articles per meeting for annual town meeting. And our time for the average based on the last few years is 9.8 hours. So it's almost 3 hours longer than the current meetings in almost any other town that does it on a Saturday.
The article passed a clicker vote, 97 to 39. Article 34 was a citizen petition to prohibit use of engine compression brakes.
As amended, it says on public ways within the town of Hopkinton, except for routes I-90 and I-495. The issue for me, the inspiration was at Woodville, and the follow-on was the complaints about noise. Jake brakes, unmuffled Jake brakes are quite noisy. They were described by one party that I know who drives trucks as barking because they are not muffled. They can be muffled.
We're making a law here, and the chief of police, his job is to enforce it. That's what he does. But we're making a law that's almost impossible for him to enforce. I'm pulling you over because you used a Jake brake. Well, I had an emergency, officer. That's it. I'm sorry. This is pretty silly. Overall, I think town meeting's run great, though. Thank you.
This article failed, 35 to 80. Article 39 amended the town charter to give Board of Library Trustees power to make appointments.
We're seeking to make is the Board of Library Trustees may appoint a library director in accordance with the personnel policies of the town. the Board of Library Trustees shall annually set goals for the library director and with input from the town manager.
The article passed 88 to 27. Article 40 was the final article of the night and the annual town meeting.
But it'll help keep our collection rate at 99%, but also it allows us to utilize the demand fees to pay for the new budgeting software, and our goal is to keep our budget flat.
The article passed unanimously, and the 2025 Hopkinton Annual Town Meeting concluded in about 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Then do I have a motion from the select board to adjourn until the town election?
The select board moves that we adjourn until town election is concluded.
Okay. And all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And unanimous, so carries. Good night. Thank you, everyone.
For Charlotte Holden. Lined up in the pitch. And she absolutely tattoos this ball. See you later! A 2-run blast for Holly Paharic. That ball absolutely crushed. And that gets past the fence and the absolute deepest part you could possibly hit it to. Lined up in the pitch. Hit in the air, and that's going to drop into left field. Here comes another Hiller run. An RBI single for Zoe Levine. And this is ripped up the middle. Into center field it goes. Another Hiller run is going to come around to score. An RBI single for Holly Paharic, who is now 3 for 3 and a triple away from the cycle. Hit in the air towards the fence, and that's off the fence. 1 run is in. Here comes Paharic behind her. It's a 2 RBI double for Caroline Osmond. And she got her! There it is! Strikeout number 300 for Addie Walls. Unbelievable. 300 career strikeouts, and she's just a sophomore, folks. Congratulations to Addie Walls.
The Hillers take the 15-2 win. Addie Walls gets her 300th career strikeout, and senior Holly Paharic goes 3 for 3 on senior day with 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, and a single, double, and home run in the win. Hopkinton finishes regular season play with a record of 17-3, plus the TVL Large title, and is projected to finish amongst the top 4 in the Division II state tournament bracket. We caught up with some special guests after the game.
So how did it feel to get that win out there today on senior day?
I feel like it was just a reflection of our careers here in Hopkinton, and I mean, all of our teammates stepped up for us, and I mean, that's the best thing you could ask for, to have these good teammates.
And you absolutely crushed a couple out of the ballpark. How'd that feel? That must have felt great to do that on this special day.
Yeah, it felt really special, and I mean, you know, just being able to back up like my pitcher and be there for my other players is just all you can ask for.
All right, and what's it been like playing with this group all season?
It's been so fun. I feel like we have great team chemistry, and yeah, it shows on the field.
Absolutely, and Ashley, you had a great day at the plate as well. You had a nice 3-run homer. Yeah. Can you talk about that 3-run blast in the first inning?
You know, I saw my pitch and I swung at it, so it was no, but it's it's sometimes rare to come across that perfect pitch. So it felt really fitting, full circle moment almost. You know, be here with my team. We had a great season, so I was really excited to be able to support my teammates in that way. So yeah.
And it seems like a close-knit group, good chemistry. What's it been like playing with this group all season?
It's been absolutely phenomenal. You know, every practice, every game, I'm so excited to go to. I know there's so many smiles, a lot of laughs. I'd rather play with no one else.
All right. And who do we have here? You're hiding your number from me.
Zoe.
Yeah. All right. What's it been like playing with this group all season, Zoe?
It's been awesome. I love all the girls, and I think we're all super close. And I've also been playing with the seniors forever since Little League, so it's great to be able to go out with them, and hopefully we make a long run into playoffs. together.
And you had a nice 2-for-4 day at the plate. How did that feel?
It felt great, yeah. I felt confident up there, which was good, and I just took my pitches. I held back, or like, what's it called? Took some pitches, but then I swung at the ones I liked, so.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and over here we got Charlotte Holden. Charlotte, 2-for-4 today. You scored a couple runs, had an RBI. How did that feel to do that on senior day?
It was great. I'm so happy to just, contribute to the team, contribute to the win. We're all a team.
What's your goals for the postseason?
My goals for the postseason are to get as far as we can. Yeah, I think we're going to do great. We're a great team. It's going to go well.
Absolutely. All right, and who do we have here?
Cammie.
Cammie, you had a nice day at the plate as well. How does it feel to beat this Norwood team that beat you earlier in the season unexpectedly? You come back at the win today. It must be a little bit of sweet revenge.
Yeah, it definitely feels really good to win and have a big win against them. And yeah, it's nice to play with everybody. And we came together today really well.
All right, and how does it feel to be TVL Large champions, by the way?
Really good. We've definitely been waiting for this for a few years, so we finally got it.
All right, and I believe you hit a big landmark today, Addie Walls.
Thank you.
300 career strikeouts, and you're only a sophomore. That's incredible. How does it feel to have 300 career strikeouts?
It feels really good. It's nice to see like practice pay off in games and just treating it like any other pitch, taking it one step at a time and one out at a time. So good.
All right, and you've pitched magnificent this year. What's it been like playing with this group of seniors?
They're amazing. Could not ask for a better team.
All right, well, congratulations. And last but not least, we got Coach Alberry over here. Coach, what's it been like to coach this group all season?
They're incredible. They play hard in practice. They come out and put in their all every single day, and I can't ask for a better group of kids.
And have you ever seen a sophomore get 300 career strikeouts?
I have never coached a pitcher to get 100 strikeouts. So Addie Walls is special.
And it must have felt good after a tough loss earlier in the season to Norwood. You come out and you beat them today, and the bats were just sizzling.
Yeah, I don't like to say this a lot, but this was our revenge tour day today. So we all wanted to win today. We wanted to finish strong heading into the postseason. So this one felt really good.
Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, we'll be back next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.